I practiced my crosshair placement for a week to see how much I can improve. I just posted a video covering the importance of crosshair placement and how to improve it, but now I'm going to see if my own tips can help me get better crosshair placement in just 7 days. I'll start off by aim training to work on my mouse control, then jump into piece control tunnels, free build on half my sense, and 1v1 while reminding myself to focus on crosshair placement. Day 1 I played the reactivity and pump routine specifically made for me by a name coach. I can't leak the routine, but if you want to check him out, his Twitter is in the description. These were my scores for the day and will be used as a benchmark throughout the week to see any progress that was made. On the piece control tunnels, I was able to run through most of them, but had trouble running through them twice without messing up. I was rushing a lot and going through the edit motions without making sure my crosshair was in place first. On the half sense free build, I tried to keep it simple because I was struggling at first. I would sometimes edit doors on my AAAs and found it really difficult to do a 180 with a ramp. On regular free builds, I was able to stay pretty consistent, but didn't do anything to challenge myself. In 1v1s, I felt like I was too focused on keeping good crosshair placement that I didn't get the most out of my fights. I was still able to see the difference in building and editing with intent as opposed to just fighting without thought though. Day 2, my Kovac scores decreased, but that's because I'm focusing more on technique over score. In my crosshair placement guide, I mentioned that you want to be centered on air maps and head level on pole maps. In this scenario, I used to always score mid-30s but aimed for the lower body. Now that I'm aiming more towards the head, it's more challenging, but I'm developing better habits. On the piece control tunnels, I'm running a bit better than day 1, but need to remind myself to start slow and then speed up. I tried to go fast right away and end up missing or not grabbing an edit. On the half free builds, it's the same thing. I'm rushing and messing up even simple edits. I tried to do more complex stuff than the first day, but I was messing up all my edits. However, my regular free builds felt very snappy and accurate. And the same applied for 1v1s where I was going for a while without messing up. On day 3, my shotgun scores got better and I was doing a good job of not making any unnecessary movements when traveling from target to target. One thing you need to make sure you're doing when playing shotgun scenarios is switch targets if you miss. The reason for this is so you're focused on hitting your first shot instead of missing once and then spam click to quickly kill the bot afterwards. I finally started taking my time on the piece control tunnels and was able to run through some of them twice. Oh shit, I'm cooking. The half sense free build was much better than it was on day 2, and I tried doing some new builds, but nothing that pushed me too far out my comfort zone. I did do more things I wasn't comfortable with in my regular free builds though, and although I messed up a few times, I felt that my crosshair placement was improving. In 1v1s, I got to bully Leaf for a few rounds before the cash cup, but then I had to play against Phils where I was doing this. On day 4, I changed my sensitivity, going from 4.7 to 5.1, and in Kovacs, I had my highest score average of the week. I started to get a lot more comfortable on the piece control tunnels and were able to run through them twice without messing up easily. Building on half my sense felt more precise than in previous days and didn't feel like I had to fight to move my mouse too much, I just had to make tighter edits. I had to record building drills for the Crosshair guide video this day, so I did that in place of my regular free build. I didn't feel too much of a difference when 1v1ing, but here are a few clips from that day. Day 5, I was really starting to feel the improvement in my tracking aim and was breaking high scores. I started running through some new piece control tunnels since the other ones were becoming easier, and without playing these new ones as much, I found I picked up on them quicker because I was more consistent with my builds and edits. I tried hitting more side jumps and high walls, as that's something I found more difficult on lower cents, but I was able to pull them off a decent amount. In my regular builds, I was doing a lot of 180s and things that required more precise crosshair movement. In 1v1s, my mechanics were feeling fast, and I was able to continue my builds when needed because I wouldn't mess up where I would normally have to pause for a second and go into another move. Day 6 was my worst day at Kovacs simply because I got off of work and was falling asleep mid-scenario. I probably should have saved Kovacs for another time as it wasn't efficient practice, but for the video's sake I ran through it. Piece control zones were easy and was just cleaning up movement that would make these more fluid. I forgot to do my half cents free build, but my regular free build makes up for it. Not much to say about these 1v1s, but I felt good and my aim was consistent. Day 7 was my best day in Kovacs, seeing an 8% increase in scores since the start of the week. My scores were consistently higher than before, and I got a new high score in 4 out of the 6 scenarios while using the proper technique. I was able to run through all the piece control tunnels pretty smooth and didn't have much trouble there at all. On half cents, I was a lot more consistent and had some variety in my builds, which was a drastic change from the beginning of the week, and this normal free build was probably my favorite of the video. All of these clips you're going to see were from the same PG, and you can see how much better my crosshair placement got and how it's helped my aim as well. Overall, I think I've seen a significant increase in my aim and consistency of builds after practicing my crosshair placement for a week. If I were to continue to follow this routine, I'd probably drop certain parts of it after a while, like building on half my sense or piece control tunnels, because after a certain point it wouldn't help as much as just free building and name training. But I'd definitely say doing this was worth it. If you enjoyed or learned something from this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to see a full breakdown on how to improve your crosshair placement, click on this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.